Hey guys, Rich here. In today's video I wanted to show you something that people often ask me. How do I get my cello sound that I use in so many of the film trailers that I get my music on? So I want to show you. It's pretty straightforward, I'm not very picky, and yeah, here we go. First things first, stand, trusty mic. There she blows. Shock mount. Just putting the mic on the mount. Mount on the stand. Plug in the XLR lead. Right, for those of you who don't know, I use a process called hot miking, which is pretty simple really. You just put the mic really close to the instrument. So in this case, I've got my mic on a little stand here. I've got the cello on its little pointy bit, I don't know what it's called, so that I can play it either like this or stood up, so that then the microphone will be as close to the strings as possible. Just want to talk a little bit more about this cello sound that I'm getting. So just a backstory, this is like a cheapest chips cello, 150 quid maybe. Now it's really detuned, not out of choice, but because when my daughter was younger she stepped on the neck, so it's cracked. So I tend not to tune it up to its fullest potential just in case the neck snaps. But that's paid dividends because, as you can hear, it sounds pretty awesome. And like I said, I will try and get the mic as close to this as possible. I'm not doing anything special with the cello, you know, except for, like I said, the detuned thing. The other thing I tend to do, apart from those kind of like the long, slow slides for my signature sounds, is I also tend to just mute with my hands. It's an amazing gritty sound, it's so percussive and it works so well. And then you've got to get into the head of a trailer track really. You want to start with a signature sound or something with a bit of character. So, you know, I'd probably start with something pretty simple. Like that. So I'm going to dive into Logic and get everything set up to get this mono signal. That's right, it's mono. I record most things in mono. Get this mono signal sorted. Right guys, let's record some signature sounds and some percussive pulses and take it from there. Okay, so there you go. There was nothing really special about it. I'm in my home office, just put the mic on the floor, played the cello. There you go. So the way I was working was, I was just giving myself a little palette so I could kind of show you then what I do. So I have, first of all, let's load this up and normalize. Yes, normalize, that's right. Okay, here we go. Oh yes, okay, that's one good sound. Okay, so I wanted to get some signature sounds, I wanted to get some pulsing sounds, some other pulsing type sounds, some more percussive-y, scratchy sounds. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop these up very loosely, because these are the sounds I'm going to be working with to create a basic cue. I work in this manner whenever I do my cello stuff. There may be a skeleton track already there, or it might just be that I get my cello and my violin out and have a go. Okay, so let's call this Sig Sound 1, Sig Sound 2, Pulse, Perk 1, and Perk 2. There we go. Okay, so the way I like to work is I I like to have some idea of what's going to go on, but first let's get this signature sound sorted out. Okay. So I want this to sound gritty and close. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it sounds awesome already, doesn't it? I mean, it's just yes, compress it. Yes, I'm still in mono. Okay, there's a little clippy there. That noise. Okay, sometimes just have to there. That one. Just a little surgery. A little fade. Let's change it from an equal power crossfade to a standard crossfade. My favourite. Let's glue it back together. Create. Thank you very much. Ah, it's still there. Let's just. Is it this bit? Yep. Let's chop that. And let's do that again. Let's have. I should listen to it first. Okay, let's take some of that bit off there. Still there. Blimey, you little monkey. It's probably to do with the crossfade. Unless it's not. Let's do this. There we go. So annoyingly, sometimes when you're working with audio, it's just tedious stuff like this. I mean, maybe I'll just do this, see what happens. Yeah, I quite like that, but it's not quite, you know, I like the tail. Maybe I'll just ignore that clip. I can't ignore it. Let's just get back to that. Okay, so we've got a compressed sound. Here is my signature sound. Let's throw it through Soundtoy's little plate because it's beautiful. Yeah, I'll change it to stereo here. Could keep it mono. Let's go extreme. Yes. There we go. Signature sound 1. Now, I might take the mix down a little bit. Yeah, that's the business. 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars. Now it's calling for more. Calling for more. So generally when I'm working with these kind of one-shot samples, I am just sketching it out like this. That's 6 sound 2. Let's again, let's compress U2. I'm kind of tempted to have it off. So you're going to go with that. Cool. Nicely done. And then obviously we have this, which for me isn't ready. It's not ready for that yet. It's more of it wants something like this. I'm not going to quantize this because it takes blooming ages. Let's just check how far ahead of the beat I am. Quite far. There we go. I mean, I'm guaranteed to be out of time at some point or another, and I would probably tend to sort that out if I wasn't recording this, so nice. Not sure it needs this actually, this signature sound. I just like this. This sounds awesome. Okay, so for this one, I just want to make this sound a little bit more punchy, a little bit more like ooh. So let's do cello bass. This is a fantastic bass plugin. It's like magic. Let's go for clean edge. You hear that noise? I mean, that is just fantastic. I mean, yeah, if I clean up the timing. Okay, and then let's just layer this up. So we have. I mean, I still want to have this somewhere. It feels like a waste. It's such a nice sound. Perhaps I will do a couple of little whizzy tricks on this. So let's just do Apple pitch. See what it sounds like when it's pitched up. Touch. Oh, that sounds so nice. Actually, I'm not joking. That sounded sarcastic, but it's not sarcastic. Let's put in a little play as well. Let's go inner space. Except we'll turn the volume, turn it down a touch. This needs to come in as the signature sound comes in. And then this needs to be like super gritty. Again, yep, let's compress it. Let's just add a small fade out. So what you're seeing here, guys, is the creation of a track. I'm not sure whether it works like that, whether maybe it would be like this, but I can't find a place for this just yet. A place that I like, anyway. That's it. There it is. Okay, so I am very much enjoying this. Now it's just a matter of cleaning it up. Now you can kind of guess where I'm going to go with this. I mean, this is just going to build and build and build. I mean, that's how I structure these tracks. I probably would start with full wet. So let's just put it latch. And then start to latch in the dry signal so that as we get there, maybe it'll be about 50%. There we go. Read. So then that's better. I like this a lot. Now let's just sort out this percussive one. Let's give it a little bit more interest. You know, you can hear noise in this. It's like I said, I'm not particularly picky about it. Just giving it more of a stereo feel. And this is all mono. And I'm going to send this to the right. Imaging, direction mixer, send you there. I'm going to send this one right as well. I mean this one left. So we have some kind of balance going on. And then, you know what, to make this, you know, do the job I want it to do now, what would I do to kind of finish this act. I mean, yeah, I'm really liking this, and that's the wonderful thing about recording this stuff is just like, actually, you know what? You can get some really, really decent sounds. Where am I? I want to go into my Schreiber samples for a string riser. Let's start that riser here, okay? Riser. Okay, I'm not going to do much else to this track because I just wanted to give you a very brief idea as to how I go about recording my stuff for the Throat albums for Elephant Music, which has won lots of awards, gets tons and tons of placements. It's been a really, really successful series, and the wonderful thing is it allows me to get weird. It allows me to embrace like my fears, which is playing badly, and it allows me to break the rules, which I like to do. I generally don't do Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I generally do just one massive build, kind of like a slow burn track does. And I just get to create these really weird dark spaces, and it's so much fun. And you saw what I did. I set up my mic, I just played in a signature sound, some percussive elements, and I do the same then with my violin, perhaps my guitar, perhaps other instruments I already have, or my voice, and then I just layer it up with any given sample library that I choose. I mean, this... I love it. I mean, I can see this on one of the trailers or TV spots that I get with this stuff. It's already there because I know what the editors choose from what I write. So it's becoming quite a nice little process. So go on, guys. Go grab a mic. You know, like I said, I recorded in mono. You know, I'm not particularly fussy, and no one notices really. No one notices the times when you can hear my kids screaming in the background because they're outside. You know, not that I'm suggesting you be that unpicky, but at the end of the day, it's the final product that people are listening to and listening for. And if you can get a really decent final product from what you have, I mean, that's awesome, right? Yeah, I mean, so grab what you have, grab a mic, record on your phone, record on whatever, and find your own instrument, whatever your instrument is, whether it's a saxophone, whether it's a tuba, whether it's a flute or a violin, and just play around with it. Make some weird noises. Approach it like, okay, how can I do a signature sound that's kind of like an animal yawning? How can I do a pulse? How can I add some percussive elements? And how can I add something textural? And then, you know, I've just used some go-to plugins here, which Soundtoys little plates, which is beautiful, CLA bass from Waves, which just has the loveliest sound. And then, of course, just Logic's compressor. I mean, like you saw, I'm literally just compressing it. I'm not really thinking about it too much. And then just chucked on one of my risers. Go and have some fun, guys, because it's so freeing playing and writing like this.